Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Ajuna Sharawat, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their ideas, experiences, thoughts, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with industry stalwarts interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven formulae, successful formulae for many. And this is what we trust these sessions are: a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. Today, we have Anu Ravi with us. She's currently working as a vice president at ANZ, where she has also handled responsibilities as enterprise transformation leader and technical project manager. With work experience spanning over 2 decades across various job roles and responsibilities, her work excellence and ethics have earned her several organization and industry accolades and awards. Her numerous technical and professional certifications exemplify her appetite for learning and continuous development. Welcome, Anu.
Thank you.
So, such a pleasure to have you on this platform, FaceTime with Leaders. Anu, please tell us, we would love to know, what is your biggest inspiration for learning and continuous professional development?
Sure. So as kids, my working parents always encouraged us to go above and beyond, maybe a little bit at a time. So while I was doing my final year engineering, I was also encouraged to study post-graduation diploma in computer applications. So, here I was managing my engineering studies, doing project work, and then attending PGDCA classes as well. So this helped me to get a job as a developer even before I could get my engineering results. So from the very beginning, we were trying to break barriers, though at that point in time, it was without our knowledge. During my engineering, Fortran was one of the programming languages we studied. But today, many would not even have heard about this language. When I started my career in development, I used VB, VC, and Java was just starting to pick up. Whereas today, we hear quite a lot about Ruby, Python, and Go. Things are continuously changing, and we need to evolve with the change. During those days, progressive automation, self-healing, DevOps, AI/ML technologies were rarely used. But today, most of the organizations are investing money and efforts in these fronts. I'm also a strong believer that along with the depth, we need to have the breadth. So having knowledge on many areas will help. As it says, change is the only constant, and we need to adapt to these changes. I'm actually inspired by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I'm sure everybody knows him as a space scientist. But what many of us do not know is that under his leadership, space-age materials were used to develop lightweight prosthetics for the disabled. So having knowledge on multiple fronts, genuinely concerned about people, and a burning desire to make a difference to the society at large help managers to become great leaders. Albert Einstein once said, "Life is like riding a cycle. To keep your balance, you need to keep moving." And I would add, learning is the lubricant required to make your life's journey on that bicycle smoother?
Anu, it was really nice to know about your learning journey. And we also know that you have a really good amount of experience in handling technical roles. This is something you have always seemed to have been interested in. You've also handled non-technical responsibilities. What are the qualities or factors, according to you, that underlie both?
I'm hoping that when you say non-technical skills, you are referring to what is generally known as soft skills or interpersonal skills, right? So I think it's very important for all of us to focus on non-technical skills, irrespective of the field or the job grade we are in. Any idea needs to be communicated. One should be able to receive feedback, incorporate those feedbacks. Cooperation must be sought from others to implement these ideas creatively. Actions needs to be prioritized and managed within the timeline and budget. So it really does not matter whether you are an engineer, team lead, manager, or a CEO. Everybody requires these skills. I also think that once we grow up the ladder, these skills become even more critical for us as we have to convince all our stakeholders to buy into our vision and our dreams. So the communication, cooperation, collaboration, creativity, problem solving, prioritization are all very much required. As we look forward to integrating our work lives with our personal lives, we all are using these skills, albeit in different degrees.
So, Anu, it was really nice to know about your learning curve. And we also now know that how well versed you are in the technological and the non-technological aspects. And I'm sure this has played a big role in your winning this prestigious Next 100 India's Future CIOs Award. Please share your success mantra too.
The success mantra would be always keep your eyes and ears open to what's happening around you. Believe in yourself, and it's not easy at all. It will test all your patience, but believe in yourself. Be ready to take failures and learn from it. And most importantly, take people along with you.
Beautiful. Taking people along with you. Actually, this is the most difficult or the most neglected most of the times aspect of the journey by people. So you have included this also, and that actually shows how successful you are, and this also ensures how successful you will be. Very nice. Thank you for sharing your success mantra. Anu, based on the technological search you have seen of late, like advents, namely 5G, IoT, AI, machine learning, blockchain, Industrial Revolution 4.0, etc. What are your views on how these would alter the course of business in the near future?
Yeah. When computers were introduced and, when the digital revolution took place, it was actually very disruptive in nature. And we call that as Industry Revolution 3.0. But now Industry 4.0, when it actually unfolds completely, what we are foreseeing is that all the computers will be connected and they'll be able to communicate with each other. And that will help in making decisions without the involvement of human beings. So as a result, what we are foreseeing is that our factories will become more efficient and productive, and most importantly, with less waste. Operations, logistics, supply chain will be more optimized. Robots will become more affordable. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that even in hospitality industry, now instead of nurses, we can actually use robots, right? So that will become more affordable. Ultimately, it is a network of these machines that are digitally connected with one another, which will create better views by sharing information that will result in the true power of Industry 4.0. These initiatives will actually drive massive change across a wide number of industry verticals, with the emphasis on improving process, resource utilization, and productivity. The industry revolution has already redefined business to consumer industries such as media, retail, financial services like banks. In the next 10 years, it's believed that the digital transformation initiatives will radically alter manufacturing, energy, agriculture, transportation, and other industrial sectors. And what is more important is that these industries account for nearly 2/3 of the global gross domestic product. So the emerging fields, as you rightly mentioned, right, in the fourth industrial revolution includes IoT, robotics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, biotechnology, quantum computing. So there are a lot of these technologies which will actually aid in making 2/3 of the industry change their outlook. So almost every aspect of business will profoundly change through digitization and IoT. Efficiencies will only increase, quality will improve, innovations will accelerate, and costs will drop. So looking forward for this Industrial Revolution 4.0 to completely unfold and disrupt once again the whole environment.
Thank you. Anu, since you are now a corporate governance expert, what values do you aim to inculcate from your existing into your new role?
I think corporate governance is all about, a set of rules, practices, and processes, which helps us to manage any company better. I think as board of directors, we should ensure that the company's policies incorporate corporate strategy, risk management, accountability, transparency, and ethical business practices. As a program manager, we have always been steering projects ahead by managing risk, being accountable for the decisions I or we as a group take, adhering to compliance and regulations. I think these are some things which will definitely help me. I also believe that, as board members, any actions we take should be fair to the stakeholders, obviously, the first set of people, but also to the employees, vendors, and communities at large, because now ESG is also widely being discussed and focused on. We should be transparent by providing accurate and clear information with regard to performance of the company, the risk the company carries. We should cooperate with the audit teams and be accountable for the decisions and the actions which the board takes. So I think, this is some 10x zoomed into what we are actually doing in.
Anu, as you know, we have been building the Global Thought Leaders community for cross-pollination of knowledge and a community of independent directors for having a better corporate governance in the country. What are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by the WDC team?
I just want to share my experience, right? So, one thing is WDC is not only identifying the gaps, but also bridging the gap. For example, we know that in the boards, there is a gap with regard to women directors and independent directors. I mean, the qualified women directors and independent directors. So I think that's why this initiative of having this course and training people with regard to this helps bridge this gap a great deal. So, for example, my own journey, right? Before even I enrolled for this course, WDC volunteers asked me to share my LinkedIn profile, share my resume. They went through what I have, what are the skills I bring in onto the table, and whether those skills are required in the board or not. So that way, it's a validation of skills. So it makes me feel very, very comfortable that, while I'm doing the course, the set of skills I bring in are really, really useful. So that's the first thing. So it's just not about the fees. It's not like any other training where you're focused on fees, but you're also focused on what the person brings in terms of skills and knowledge. The next one is, we are all busy, obviously, and at any point in time, if you have to do a course, especially the busy schedule, it becomes very, very difficult if it's an offline course. So I think having this online course really helped me to go through it at my convenience. The physical copies you provided actually helped me brush up my knowledge before the exam. And the group mentoring, I would really want to mention about the group mentoring session, right? That clarified a lot of questions which we generally have with regard to, how the board functions, what kind of board we have to be in, what are some of the things we should be wary of. So I think those were excellent sessions. And most importantly, the warmth extended by the WDC members was like icing on a cake. So overall, I would say the experience till now has been great. And from the WDC perspective, I actually love the videos they share in time and again, the way they focus on what is really required for the future boards is really, really appreciable.
That was a lovely conversation with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Anu, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.